welcome to the new episode of Slam, Sex, Love, and More. This is episode 4, okay? And you're sitting here with me, B Savage, and my boy.
It's your boy G.Phresh in the building. You already know what it is. Prince.
I can't. Oh my God.
Had
this
to
is
do
the
it.
problem.
I had to do it. Represent for Prince. Or the
He should be Prince for Halloween then.
Prince is like for skinny niggas, man. I'm not skinny. I can't.
I'm going on Amazon see if I can find you a ruffle Prince in the extra large.
Definitely extra large. No
Nothing
small
wrong with
niggas in here.
All right. You obviously see how he starts the show, okay, with that light skin nonsense. This week's SHOTBREAKER is going to be, if you were traveling, would you do an anal swab to get in or back into the country to get tested for COVID?
Which is a real thing because they're actually doing it in China. So
yes, they
and
are.
It's more effective. It's rapid as hell. So
as they say, they put it 1 to 2 inches into the rectum, and they're saying because it actually gives you more accurate results because the COVID virus actually will stay longer in your feces or in the anal area than if you get a nasal or swab. So I mean, if I was stuck and it was mandatory, I could take one for the team.
What you mean take one for the team?
What you mean take one
You're
for the
a girl.
team?
Of course you gonna put it in your butt.
I mean, eventually you gotta get fingers in your butt to check your prostate. So what the fuck is the difference?
Listen, when that time comes, that time comes.
You know.
But not due to COVID, you ain't sticking up.
But what if you had to get back? You had to come back in. U.S. said you ain't coming back in unless you get this done.
I'm not going out the country. The fact that I already know that they might have to stick something on my butt. So fuck no.
Okay.
Take this shot.
Well, I mean, I don't really have a problem with it. I would do it.
I would have a problem if you did it.
Ooh, he drinking light this week, y'all.
I'm not a shot taker anymore.
Fucked up a lot off of shots.
Yeah.
Shots don't really work with me either. We start with the sex part of the show. So this week we're going to talk about public sex. Now, a lot of people can't go out in public right now because of COVID.
Yeah.
You ain't going out too long, unfortunately.
Man, you can do it.
Name a time that you had public sex. Where?
I'm gonna go a little left field on this one.
Okay.
Fuck the public sex. How about having sex during a family function, technically out in the open? Based on how some people's houses, a living room, there's no door. Like you just could just walk right in.
Okay. Not like upstairs in the bathroom.
Upstairs or the basement.
All right.
No, like in the open. Like
Okay.
anyone could just walk in. Is no knock, no whatever. I had a particular ex. She really liked public sex. Like she did it my like. One time she gave me head and her sister was on the computer and yeah, it was crazy. And I'm like, no, I want to do it. But she's like, trust me, I know my sister. Once she's focused on something, she's not turning her head.
Wow.
She ain't looking. So she gave me head right then and there.
Okay.
That shit was wild. Not necessarily public sex, more like anyone could walk in, bust in. And of course, we would have public sex a lot.
That's probably because she liked the adrenaline rush of it. She liked the, oh my
Boy,
God,
it
we
was
might get
crazy.
caught.
Like one time her mom was driving and then her sister was in the front seat and then she's like, I'm gonna fuck. I'm like, we can't fuck now. She's like, and she literally like, she had like a sundress and she was rubbing her titties. And I'm like, yo, her mom and her sister right there. You know, like, yeah, she was wild, bro. She was on the next level. So fuck public sex. That's some other shit. But we would have public sex, but she was on some other shit.
I might be like on FaceTime or something, like play around and like lift my shirt up or pull a titty out or something if my mom's like right there. I did that last night actually on FaceTime. But, you know, and then the person, yeah, my mom was like sitting behind me. She was on the computer like working and I was sitting there like this and I was just laughing. I just lift my titty up and just show real quick and, you know, it's just right there. Because she wasn't paying attention. So that's
I'm not going to say your mom name. She's disrespectful.
No, I'm not disrespectful.
Get her ass. I hope she watched this episode.
She's going to watch.
Get her ass. You're disrespectful.
Anyway.
Wow,
but speaking of public sex, I am for public sex. I'm not against it. But I haven't done anything crazy like that. I've definitely done it like in a public bathroom though. Like
public bath, dressing room, and Macy's, easy
you know,
shit. You know what I'm saying?
When you're young, I think you fuck outside a lot because you kind of can't go in the house.
Yeah,
because I remember like park sex and shit. Like,
yeah,
you know, you on the kiddie slide and shit.
Montclair, Candy Bay Park, Nisha Wayne. You parked the car, even when I was in Plainfield.
I don't know too much other like in open, but I would be willing to actually go to a sex club and fuck in front of people. I would actually do like, you know, like a swinger club, because you know how the swinger clubs, how I was
difference a swinger club or a sex club.
No,
it's the same shit, right?
Yeah. So the swinger club, what happens? What I was told, the ones in Atlanta are at least set up where there's like this bar area for you to mingle, have a good time, drink, chill. You know, get to know the people that are there. Then, if you want to have sex, you go into a back room, but it's fully open. It's no doors, no nothing. It's not beds, just all these different kinds of stuff. And you can go back there with people that you just met, or you can go back there with your partner and you guys can just do it and people can watch. So I would definitely do something like that.
See, the thing that puzzles me with that shit would be someone just walking in like, hey, can I join? Like, nah, get back the fuck up, nigga.
No,
like,
it's not like
or a nigga just watching with his dick, you know, whatever, or he jerking off, like.
But when you go to swinger parties, because my mom's best friend goes to swinger parties, like in houses, like they rent houses, they rent mansions. You know, I met some swingers on cruise ships, and they actually do.
They have
rent
swinger
out,
cruise ships.
Yeah, they rent out, like say ski lodges. They'll rent out like one whole floor. They'll leave the doors open for you to walk in and out. You know, to go between. From what I was told is that at the swinger parties, if it's like a house, it's mandatory that the people who even want to watch have to be naked. So you probably would see somebody. You probably said, but if you're in the act, are you really gonna be paying attention to like what somebody's doing?
I had a few instances where I fucked.
Because first of all, you're a dude, you're in a frat, so there's definitely has to been times that you walk. Now this nigga know me. Now this nigga all in my business. I'm just saying, I went to college too, and I definitely know some of the frat parties you can walk past and it'd be a line of niggas, shit be going on in a room, bitch.
Our frat, we wasn't like wild, like having like a sex room.
You have had sex with your roommate in the room. Everybody has had sex with a friend or somebody in the room.
Yeah, I have.
Right.
Yeah, like the ex that like to whatever, and I'm like, yo, your friend is like, she'd be like, fuck that bitch. I'm like, okay.
But I mean, at the end of the day, if you've done it in front of a friend or not, and you were in college and everybody knows the sock on the door don't always work, then you definitely would be willing to do public sex. Well, you know what though? That's a yes for public sex for me. It's a two thumbs up for him. We're gonna try to calm it down just a little bit, but I'm still get upset. But I'm a realist.
Yeah, because listen, when we do these topics, sometimes we have like these pre-conversations on certain topics.
And we was arguing like
we was literally arguing and this morning, like still going at it. So hopefully you might get the calmer version.
Right, because we already done kind of dished it out already with y'all. We don't want y'all to see too much of us going back and forth. So we did our live, right? Because we do lives on Tuesday.
Yeah, the live went really good.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that watched the live and came and joined us and kicked it with us. We appreciate it. So we did take one of your topics that you guys said that we should talk about. Dating a single mom. Am I a single mom? Like, I see, because you're not with the person. Are you a single mom if you have a deadbeat?
You're a single mom if you're not married.
Okay.
Period.
So as long as your kid is in the household with you, even if the person is there, you're still a single mom.
What you mean the person's there?
Like the person is involved with the child.
So pre-conversation, we was talking about, you know, you don't have to be married to live with someone and be committed. If that's your lane in your relationship where both of you guys will say, hey, we're not getting married, but we're going to be committed together, then I guess in that sense, you're not a single parent mom because then you have a guy that is actually active in that.
You guys have a kid, you break up, but you are a 100% dad. Like, you obviously don't live there, but you're very involved.
Are you talking about co-parenting?
Yeah, so are you still a single mom? That's what I'm saying, because this is what I'm saying. So someone told me that I'm not a single mom.
I learned something the other day. At that point, you're considered a single parent mom. Okay. There's a new term that I learned. It's called lonely mothers. You can actually Google it. Single and you have no man involved whatsoever. They call those lonely mothers. Okay. We just learned that's some 2021 shit for your ass. Yeah.
I was told the other day that I'm not a single mom because of the fact that I do have someone that co-parents my daughter with me. I was told that you're a single mother if you are raising your kid by yourself.
When you file your taxes, what you put?
Single.
All right, so you motherfucking single then.
Right, so I don't know what the fuck they was talking about because I consider myself a single mom, but you know, I was just trying to be technical for y'all. But are you dating a single mom, or what are some things? What's your opinion on it? Let's just say that, like dating a single mother.
I have one rule. Well, I have a few rules, like maybe like 3.
Okay.
My first rule.
Light skin shit.
It's not light skin. It's not light skin shit.
Nigga,
you light skin too.
I'm caramel.
You caramel, latte, nigga. At the end of the day, for me, you only can have. You good?
I'm good.
All right.
Okay, because I'm just laughing at you.
All right. You one kid. That's it.
Okay.
That's one rule.
Okay.
One kid. The second rule, the father must be involved.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm not playing new daddy.
You gonna be the stepdaddy if you stay with the
person?
person?
I'm a stepdaddy because you still have your daddy. So I'm not gonna play new daddy.
Okay, go ahead.
All right?
Go ahead.
You must have your father involved, paying child support, taking them on weekends, shit like that. The third rule, I have to be able to discipline the kid. And when I mean discipline,
spanking.
I don't have to spank necessarily. I should be able to, like, you did something and like
reprimand.
Yes. Well, reprimand, discipline, same shit. Yeah. Same difference.
But I'm saying, like, you know, like say.
Yeah. So I should be able to reprimand him. Blah blah blah. I should have to wait till you get home so we could delegate. Because you're no, that's my kid. Because one thing I learned from my grandfather, technically my step-grandfather, one thing he told my grandmother before they got married, those are my damn kids.
Yeah,
like, he told her straight up like that. So if I gotta discipline him, I'm disciplining him. But he's really not a discipliner.
Right.
He spoiled the fuck out of us. Like, you know what I'm saying? My grandmother's actually the discipliner. Right. So, once again, I think if you allow me to do those three things, we Gucci.
Okay. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with dating single mothers. I believe that as long as you're able to balance, you know, your priorities and things like that, then you deserve to be able to have a life outside of your child. Okay. So I don't see a problem with it. Now, as far as reprimanding and things like that, I don't have an issue with someone. I actually grew up with my stepfather. He's been in my life since I was 7, right? My parents have been together for over 20-something years now. So definitely he's never had to spank me. Really, he's never even probably had to, like, yell, per se, at me. He more so kind of took the route. He more so took the route to, like, talking. He's the more, like, understanding parent. And my mom is kind of just, like, easygoing. And then maybe she'll yell, but whatever. She doesn't give whoopings either, y'all. So, you know.
Well, she had white.
Right. I remember my mom whooped me one time when I was 10. She cried afterwards. I kind of felt bad. Like, I ain't have to cry.
Like, what's that saying? This hurt you. Fuck out of here. Yeah. Nigga, I can't go to school the next day. My ass hurt. Get out of here, man. Your ass, you ain't going to work with your ass where you got.
But so
you ain't going to work like that. I gotta go to school like that.
You know, we watched this thing. He sent me this video with Kevin Samuels. Okay, so like boots.
Wait, pause. He started off like giving advice to men. You know, we used to rip men.
You need to go back to that.
But what ends up happening was he started giving women advice. Ripping women now. Like, and that's when he actually went viral, I think, World Star Hip Hop.
He did 2 months ago, actually. So he's really new, actually, to kind of getting, you know,
starting with women
thing, right? So basically, this woman calls. Let me give you a little background. So a single mom calls. She's a single mother of 2. Okay, she claims that she is good looking because you can't see the caller on this call.
We're gonna put the link of some of his videos so you can check them out.
That she was good looking. She has 2 kids. She's 30 years old. She lives in LA. She said that the dating scene was very competitive there. She has a good job. She makes great money.
Wait, was this the BBW or the?
No, this was just the one you can see face, the first video that she sent me. So you can't see the girl's face.
No, it did.
No.
She was like light skinned with curly hair.
She was light skinned with curly hair. But she said that she was attractive. She did give, like, he asked her, which I didn't even understand why, but he asked her how much she weighed, how tall she was, okay? So I guess he could get an idea of her. But then he says that he only judges women from their neck up. So I don't understand why he has to ask about the weight from the neck down, but that's here nor there.
No case.
1 minute and 19 seconds, people, into the video, when she's saying she's having trouble.
Starts now.
He says to her, you don't have a problem dating. You just have a problem getting a husband because you have 2 kids. And then she was like, no, but I have other things. He was like, no, it's just because you have 2 kids. Go ahead. You want me to keep? Because I got more talking points. So we could keep it going now.
Listen, so my whole ordeal with the homeboy with Kevin Samuel, right? Number one, he's producing a show. So at the end of the day, you know, he's going to say wild shit.
Okay.
That's number
so
one.
wild shit would be get on board or die alone?
Yeah, he's going to say shit like that because he knows it's going to get him more views. Number 2, obviously he's screening these women before they call in. He's picking a certain demographic of women. He's not
Insecure.
picking, for lack of better words, yes. I think he is bringing something to the table. Yes, is his views very linear? Yes. But I think certain women need those linear views because in today's society, everything's so gray. You know what I'm saying? So I think he does bring something to the table. Maybe one thing I don't like is that the fact that doesn't cater to each woman
individually. He doesn't assess them as an individual. He just makes it abroad. So my thing was that I saw some of of his other videos, people, okay? And I did like how he did check women on, like, you want to date in the 5%, but you're nowhere near the 5%. I think that is actually true. You can't blame women for aspiring to date men with money, but I do feel like as a woman, you should bring something to the table as well. I actually like Marilyn Monroe's motto where it's like, yeah, you coming to the table, nigga, I own the table. I bought the table that we sitting at together. You see what I'm saying? Bullshit.
Because when I was single, some females would literally...
He light skin, you started trying to retract?
I need you to do this and that and stuff
demanding.
Very demanding,
right.
like... And my whole thing is, as soon as the man try to say, well, I want this, that, and the third, oh, nigga, you asking for too much. So one thing I do like about him, he is, once again, he's bringing back masculinity back to a degree. Because some niggas today don't have balls to tell certain females, nah, we ain't doing that.
And I did, so let me tell you, so I actually did, since we were going back and forth, I actually did watch the video in its entirety before the show so that I would actually know the full thing that I actually was sent, right, to research. And he did say, in his opinion, why he was being so hard on her was because he felt like this is a woman who is above average in her looks. And she is used to getting by and men doing what she wants because she is above average in just the looks department. But what he's saying is there's more than just looks. You have to bring, if you want that, you have to understand. Now, did I like certain things like, oh, the 2 kids with the deficit that the 2...
Not every woman that has kids know how to balance a dating life with their kids.
Absolutely.
And my standards, if I went to a woman, right, and said, like, oh, well, I don't want to date you because your baby daddy situation is fucked up, I'm a dick.
No.
Like, I had a girl tell me, oh, you're a dick.
No. Let me tell you something, fellas. This is for y'all. One time, Savage is going to give it to y'all. First of all, every man, you need to have standards. And you need to stick to them, and you need to not let looks or pussy or anything else. Don't fall in love with potential. And that goes for men and women. Stop looking at the potential of a person and see what's in front of you, and accept that when you get involved, this person may never change. They may never grow to what you think they're going to be. So that's the first thing. I 100% agree that men should have standards. I think that it's a necessity that each person comes in with their standards, and you hold your partner to that and make sure that they are working towards whatever goals they set for themselves. Because I'm going to tell you, you're going to be thrown off. Now, I can tell you as a single mother person, when I started dating, it's definitely hard because I didn't know when you introduce somebody to your child, how long it's supposed to be. And my dad was very much on me about saying, like, well, it should be right away because I meet women's kids right away because I have kids and I want them to meet y'all because if y'all don't like them off the bat, I don't want to waste no time with the bitch. So that's how my dad was, where my mom was more like, well, I dated, you know, I was a single mom after me and your dad got divorced, and I didn't bring you around a lot of people. So it was very different on when do I bring somebody, when do I do this. But I do know with the person I was seeing, it was definitely like we would go out a lot. And my mom would be like, okay, that's cool. But then my dad would be like, well, how come you never bring her with you? Why do you always just you two? He should meet her. So it was very much like I didn't know who to, kind of believe. So it was kind of like, I was a little like, okay, I'm just going to have to figure this shit out on my own. Like, I'm going to have to figure, like, if a person is around for a certain amount of time, or, I have to make sure that you are going to be around or things like that. And I just took it into my own thing. So I do believe that you have to have a balance. I can't get up and go whenever you want me to go. I got to get a babysitter. I got to make sure my kid is straight. I can't just go up and be gone for the weekend or go do this. So there's definitely upsides. And me personally, this is where I will agree with the guy at least. I would prefer to date a man that doesn't have kids. And I'll tell you why. In my opinion, men have it harder than women do. I feel like...
And which is crazy because, once again, the double standard is real. A lot of women would sit there, oh, you got to take my kids. They a package deal.
Right.
But then when you say, oh, I got 3 kids, what's the first thing a woman say? Well, Dad, that's money I for the child support. How much you paying for child support? Or are they going to be taking my money?
Right.
No.
And
but they want you to pay for their kids because their baby dad's a deadbeat. So once again... In 2021, we killing this double standard bullshit that some of y'all women try to hold a man to a certain standard, but when it's beneficial to you, it's like, oh no, you got my kids a package deal. No, my niggas, if you got kids, hey, my kids is a package deal.
My
Period.
parents definitely get on me all the time about preferring guys that do not have kids. But in my opinion, I feel like guys that have kids, they have it harder. You have bitter baby mamas that will withhold the children. No woman wants that on her conscience.
Word.
You have child support. You have all this drama that comes with it. And the men, technically, the kid is not living with them. They don't have the control. You never want to be a reason why a man doesn't see his kid.
If you do meet a dad that is a single parent
Right.
father, because
Right.
you know that he has more control over what's going on.
And I will say that I have met a man that actually does have full custody of his daughter, and it was way easier dealing with him, and I was much more comfortable than other guys that actually.
I know I have two good friends.
So,
well, one's a really good friend and a guy that I know personally. They both single parent fathers. They do an excellent job. Mm-hmm. They got their support system. So shout out to all the single parent fathers.
So quick question, real quick, before we wrap this up. So you said one kid, right? Mm. And I've heard a lot of guys say this about the one or two, but they won't do really over that. Mm. So now, what happens to the single mothers that have like 3 or 4 kids? In your opinion, obviously, because this is...
I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to keep it real. We just smashing. That's it.
And that's what my guy friends say.
Just smashing. When Kevin Samuel comes in, you got to be like a 9 in the face. Mm-hmm. You got to have your own business. Everything else has to be on point where I might like, all right, I might consider. We're at the point where I know financially I don't have to take care of your kids because you making $100,000.
Right. She's doing better than you, basically.
She makes doing better.
She's up there.
Exactly.
Like,
or maybe the father is really involved as well. We already know in those type of situations, or usually they tend to be very messy. And then, you know, the kids spread out. So it's like you got the 16-year-old, you got the 13-year-old, and it's like, all right. Now, unless you coming in with your own kids, I have a close friend that he is in a similar situation, but he has already his kids, she has her kids, they make it work.
Right.
So it's like a big ass
blended film. People
like remember the movie, not the movie, the show. Not Brady Bunch, Step by Step. Step by Step. That was my shit back in the day.
I love Step by Step. He old as fuck, y'all, for saying that, but I actually did like that show. He old as fuck, but I did like that show.
Nigga, you like a year younger.
I'm just saying he old as fuck because he bought it up. So that's it. I could act like I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. No, but the nigga, listen what the nigga said at the end. Give custody to your ex and make a new family with your... On to our M-Word segment. This is when we're just going to just quickly talk about topics before we wrap it up real quick. I hope you edit that out.
Nope.
Chad Wheeler.
Ooh.
You know, NFL and Seahawks, I'm very disappointed in you. I'm a big NFL fan, and I'm starting to think that I need to become a basketball fan and learn how that sport is played, because y'all are just doing some bullshit. Okay, so Chad Wheeler, people, in case he is the 6'7", 310-pound football player that decided to strangle and beat his girlfriend. He thought he beat her to death.
That's crazy.
The woman actually has text messages, his black girlfriend of all. The woman actually has text messages from him where he said, "I thought I killed you. I didn't know if you were dead, but I kept eating my dinner anyway."
Sorry, that's some typical white shit, alright? If a nigga kills you, a nigga's like, yo, I gotta drop the body somewhere, like trash can somewhere, drop over the river.
So Chad Wheeler was arrested on the 24th, and he was later released 2 days later on a $400,000 bond. I'm disappointed that the Seahawks issued a statement saying that they are still investigating. There's nothing to fucking investigate. This man admits to beating his girlfriend.
The picture's out already.
The picture's out. The text messages are out. There's nothing to investigate. This man should be fired. And I want to say something to the media real quick, too, because I have a problem with this. If this was a black guy, white, black, all media outlets would have automatically taken the story and fucking ran with it. And there were other NFL players that tweeted and actually said something about why the media still didn't even talk about this fucking story. That's my problem. Shout out to Plies, because you definitely sat there and made a statement too. If this was a black man, it would be completely different. He would have been dragged through the fucking mud already.
Hold on. Which will be the Ray Rice situation. If people saying there's not a racist...
We live in two different Americas.
Yeah, it's two different Americas. The way they handled the Ray Rice situation, they rather... a junkie like Josh Morgan and have him keep on coming back into the NFL. Right. That's a fucking cokehead. Once again, it's the image that the NFL is trying to portray black men. Oh yeah, you can come back as long as you're a drug addict, but if you're a black man that stands for something, if you're a black man that ain't taking no shit,
right,
you know, whatever, you gotta get blackballed. or even if a guy like Ray Rice, he does a lot of different programs now. Like he's really a changed man.
Right.
And once again, no one gave this guy a call. But there's been other guys like Riley Cooper, that was a wide receiver, played for the Eagles, caught on camera calling people niggas and shit.
I'm very disappointed in the NFL. I'm very disappointed in the Seahawks organization. I'm surprised that Russell Wilson, I mean, I really like Russell. And even as a quarterback, he's such this great leader. Like, I'm surprised he didn't even speak up. I mean, everybody should be speaking up and demanding justice, demanding that this man...
Here's the thing. At that point, I don't give a fuck, teammate or not. You a black man, you put your hand on another black woman, shit like that, you ain't my teammate, bro. Like, fuck you, nigga.
The fact that this man was arrested almost a week ago and was able and given it
come out till Wednesday.
Right, and he was given the chance just yesterday on Wednesday when the media, that's when he finally issued a statement that he needs to actually take a step back and actually resign from football so that he can go and get help because he forgot to take medication for bipolar disorder. So you know what, 2021...
And they're going to eat that shit up. They're going to eat that shit.
The
media
so because you
is
take medication, you beat the shit out your girlfriend, and I guarantee you that's not the first time that he hit her. I guarantee you.
Well, at least he's going out again for help. Right. No, fuck that. He needs to be fucking banned just like fucking Ray Rice. Right. That's it. We done with that topic.
Yeah. Hashtag bans Chad Wheeler, period. That's
no. Ban Chad Wheeler just like Ray Rice. That's what needs to be the hashtag.
Okay.
I can't read.
Yo, I wrote it. How the fuck I can't read it? Yeah, stay over there. Stop drinking the Angry Orchard shit. That's not a...
Why you gonna low-key shout me out what I'm drinking?
Stop fucking drinking the shit because he should have went to the liquor store and maybe he would be on one because he on his tequila.
Number one, I was working on sneakers.
So, cursing, okay. The Daily Mail issues saying that they have been doing research on people that curse for 40 years now. And
fuck,
apparently...
bitch, cunt, slut, dick, bitch.
Well, I already knew that I was fucking intelligent, so you ain't have to tell me that. See how I said fucking intelligent? See, I already knew. So, basically, it says that people that curse are more intelligent, they're more creative. I already knew that. And apparently we're able to take more pain. Now that I didn't know that I'm able to endure more pain because I curse.
They did a study on that. They said that people that curse, right? When you curse, you actually release endorphins.
Okay.
So that it's clinically or scientifically proved, whatever the fuck. Like, think about it. Like, if you hurt yourself, you like, that shit hurt long, but you like, fuck, like, then you good. Like,
okay. So basically, if you hurt yourself, just curse, and then you be all right. That's what G.Phresh says. Okay.
Like, you know
but I knew that I was intelligent. Apparently they said that when you curse, you're using the right side of your brain, which is the intelligent, more creative side of your brain. So that is exactly why I curse as much as I do. And thank you to Daily Mail for actually letting motherfuckers know that I'm smart because I say words like motherfucker. Period.
Yeah, this motherfucker say motherfucker all the motherfucking time.
Sure do, and he say nigga more than a little bit. He's black.
Nigga. But listen, I feel you because when I'm working on some sneakers, if something ain't going right, I'm like fuck, shit, nigga. I'm all in the house, like. But I feel calm after I'm done. But when I don't curse, I just be all stressed out because people be giving me some jacked up shoes, bro, and I'm just like, yo, like, nigga, what was you doing?
And y'all need, so we're bringing back Dickhead of the Week because we're gonna keep it rolling.
For all you OG Slam Radio heads, even though we're Slam Podcast now.
My Dickhead of the Week, I didn't really get the full tea, but it's the cop that arrested Trey Songz. I'm gonna tell you why, because in his charges it said trespassing. I don't know how the fuck you trespass to an NFL game when you have a fucking ticket. But I'm gonna need Kansas City to get it the fuck together, okay? So that's my. I heard
they got really good barbecue over there.
Hey, sip it, keep sipping it. Go ahead, sip it. Let's cheers. Let's cheers to you drinking Angry. Come on, cheers. Go ahead. Who's your dickhead?
The Chad nigga, the white man.
Chad Wheeler, you're a dickhead.
Chad Wheeler, you're a dickhead.
And you should have got your girlfriend better wigs. I don't mean to talk about nobody that's in the hospital, but she should have had a better wig.
Shit.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Damn.
And then I would like to just take a quick minute of silence real quick to say rest in peace actually to Cicely Tyson. So can we just take a few minutes?
She died?
Oh my. You don't check your social media? I came in the house and said, you
nigga, I have not checked my...
Yes.
Wait.
Never drink Angry Orchard again. I'm going to drink one of these shits before I leave because I know what the fuck's in this shit. But I'm